Well, they save an AK-47. That's something to work with, and they're just going to keep buying. Don't really care. I mean, again, the buffer is so big, the gap between these two teams, that MiBR, if they really need to at some point, they can go for like a really hard save, and probably that by then they'll have enough to buy. Anyway, it's not so bad. I mean, it's M4s. That AK that was saved, they've got a kit picked up as well. It's obviously a lack of grenades, but it's actually better than I thought it would be. Again, no aggression from MiBR early on here.
It's really
cool.
At least they're already out mid. They can start applying some pressure. Golden leading the way. Kind of surprising to see the general in these advanced positions, leading from the front.
Yeah, usually you want to make sure that you've got a specialized player for it. Look, Golden has had some really good shots, I feel like. So maybe he's just feeling it. There's a couple of shots ringing through there, taking Tarek down to 20. Guess that's a fair trade for Automatic being on 8. Stewie and Cold Zero inside this bomb site. There's only one Molotov here, so they can't clear out the whole bomb site. They're actually going to use it for the back of checkers, where, to be fair, Cold Zero has been in the past, so they just want to make sure they don't get shut down like that again. Pop flash coming out for Stewie, and now he's going to smoke up in front of him. Cold Zero, this is a great angle. That's very hard to catch with your rush. Golden will return. Not a bad job at all, and a great double kill, in fact. Golden cruising in and making it work, and that should be the round, more or less, here. 2 on 3. Tarek and Fur. Well, Tarek is close enough, but Fur is far away.
I'm actually surprised that Cold and Stewie, I mean, there's a lot of power in that defense, and they both decided to try and play it like a little sneaky, right? Using the smokes to create a new angle for themselves. And Cold Zero, obviously, that first kill is easy, and the second one even had the shadow to help him out, which is why you saw him pre-fire.
Yes.
Regardless, so another round for Cloud9, and all of a sudden that gap, we've been talking about it. It was, what, 12-6 at one point? I mean, and it's been pretty spread out at times. It's not really that far anymore. Cloud9's within striking distance.
Yeah, they absolutely are. They're really making it back. Rush is still playing a good game. 25 kills on him. Golden catching up with 19. Yeah, I would want to get just a bit worried. I have never been a fan of this position. Not the one that Cold Zero is holding, but the Stewie's holding, where he's sort of close to that box. I just always think it's a little bit weird. Smoke up, I guess you're right. It does create sort of a wall that he can use, but
well, it's also for the Molotovs, right? When you firebomb the site, and he obviously didn't know at the time that there's only one Molotov left on Cloud9. They couldn't have really just blanketed the whole site in flames. Regardless, tough. It's getting hard for MiBR to close this one out. We'll see what they've got next. It's been a while since we've seen an AWP in their hands, it feels. Stiko turning the corner. Spamming in through the smoke, and a passive defense this time from the Brazilian-American mix.
I like that. I think the other problem that they're having right now on the CT side is that if they want to go for some aggression, let's say they think, okay, let's pull out some sort of trick at the end here. All we need is one round, you know. I think the closer we get towards the finish line, the more Cloud9 are going to try and be prepared for that kind of thing. You know, like, it's unlikely that they're just going to roll into A main and not be ready for a pop flash, you know? So those kind of plays also become a little bit more tricky, I think, that the game goes on.
They've got the focus back now that they've won, what, like 3 rounds in a row. So, I mean, the longer it goes on, you're right. They will be a little bit more prepared or a little bit more expecting of something of that nature. Tarek is boxed in. He's getting wrapped upon from door, and there is Fur here now. And Fur just pretty much has to make a play. It's not going to be easy, and he's got to be honest. He's got to consider the fact that middle is a possibility, but they still haven't crossed. So he's got a chance to get back into the action, but going to be locked out now.
Yeah, that's smoke providing the coverage. Stewie almost winning the fight. Fur to follow it up. And again, as long as Cloud9 don't really show themselves here, very hard for the CT side to go and dig them out of this one. They don't have the grenades, and looks like they do want to fall back, which makes all the sense in the world. A 12th round now for Cloud9. A big comeback in the building right now. Again, 10-5 in the first half in favor of MiBR. So, yeah, it's been a lot going in Cloud9's favor in the second half at least. And I wonder what's going to happen. I mean, I still would like to see MiBR try some sort of crazy trick, you know?
Okay, like what? What's a crazy trick?
3-man push into squeak door on the CT side.
All right, yeah, that is crazy.
That's what I want.
That's a bit too much, I think, Anders.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people to go into a very narrow choke point.
It was so crazy, I heard even Yanko laughing at it.
From across the studio.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I don't think they need to do anything crazy. I think this is just kind of, I think they need to just play like standard stuff. I really wanted to see coldzera and Stewie that round they were defending B just like take fights. I don't want to see them like playing like, you know, creatively scared behind smokes and everything like that. Like don't give them the space to wrap around that bomb site. Exert a little bit more presence if you're MiBR. At the moment, mid is coming in. Stewie's hiding inside that smoke, getting spammed, holding his nerve, 19 HP. There's the flashbang, and he somehow does not get that kill. Even falling damage doesn't complete it for him.
Oh man, they didn't see him, by the way. They just tapped the smoke to check, and he was almost left alive to get that kill. That could have been interesting. coldzera now must be feeling lonesome on this side. Again, they have the Molotovs. They've been clearing this corner before with the Molotov, and Fallen can't help him out. If that grenade goes in, he's on his own. And it will be landing deep in the back. He still picks up a kill. That's a big one for coldzera. He was pretty much made irrelevant almost immediately. And Fallen, not sure if they're sneaking in through the middle. He's got so little backup. He's worried about his own position right there. 13 health left, and the grenade on top of him will absolutely end him. Now, Tarek and Fur, 2 versus 3. The bomb is about to go down. Cloud9 have definitely found their groove here. Oh no, more Molotovs.
Delay is going to allow MiBR to actually make something of this retake. Fur needs this kill onto automatic. He's not going to get it. Had the flank, needed to find that quick, and they all zone in next on Tarek's position, and he can feel the eyes upon him as he backs away. So yeah, 13th round for Cloud9. 1 kill in middle. And you open up everything. You can split that B bomb site coming through vents. coldzera can't do anything about the Molotov, a desperate situation.
Yeah, it's really getting close now. And again, the setup they had last time was, I guess they were both close to each other, coldzera and Stewie on that bomb site, so they could have sort of trade fragged a bit more. But because coldzera was alone and Fallen was rotating into position when the actual execute was happening, it was very hard for them to help each other out, you know?
Fallen even gets that first kill, which is nice. Tough part is there's just no saving coldzera at that point, is there? I did find it interesting that Fallen's brain kind of went to checking if there's going to be a flank from middle. Yeah. That seems like I mean, I'm not like faulting him or making a mistake, but you're just focused on so many things, right? He's got to worry about, you know, someone pushing up close, coming up the ramp, someone in checkers holding the angle, and now all of a sudden he's thinking also about his flank. Yeah, and I just saw the social media feed down at the bottom. Jonathan was excited that we're going to maybe have a full comeback here. Cloud9 fans have stuck around for this, so maybe they're going to get what they wanted. 13-15, 29th round, and again, the weaponry for MiBR is not looking good, whereas Cloud9, again, they're back on track, and you almost wish that they could get a chance to fight for overtime right now, because then you know, maybe they could show us what they've really got. It's been too much of a slow start in both the 2 first maps here. They've had to fight their way back. Maybe 3rd map, they could be fully ready. Certainly some of their, I mean, you mentioned it, that first map, you know, when you're getting blown out, maybe just hope and pray that the one thing it did serve was to get other players coming online. It certainly looks that way in Cash. Fur inside the bomb site. Fallen rotating over. Here come the Molotovs, going to do what they can with these. How many times have we seen these pistols just shut down a comeback? Fur inside the smoke. There goes Rush. He can do more with this, and he finds Golden. Needs to get that gun on the ground. He has it, and he's still alive. Tarek has fallen, but they have control of the site still. 40 seconds left, and Cloud9 with Stiko in mid, they're committed to this bomb site. Oh, that's so dangerous. Automatically now making it back out of Squeak again. Can they break the crossfire? Fur firing that gun, he's going to miss the opportunity. Fallen finally gets the kill. It took a while, and now it's all on Stewie with the scout over by the truck. The bomb is definitely going to be going down now. Going to try and put up a smoke, and I don't think Stiko's going to respect that for very long. Actually, climbing up the ladder could be very dangerous, and he's going to go down. And now it's a 1-on-1. Automatic on the other side.
versus his old teammate, Stewie, ready, and the leg shot not even happening. Automatic will take him down. Triple kill, saving it, 15-14, and we're going to go the full distance. All 30 rounds here on map number 2.
That is 6 in a row now for Cloud9, and they were really tested inside that bomb site. Sicko's got to be careful. No point for him to climb up that ladder inside of the smoke.
Was that 6 rounds in a row as well for Cloud9?
Yeah, 5 of them plants. Like 5 of them, they've had no issues getting into the bomb sites during these rounds, up until pretty much that round right there, where MiBR was able to keep them out of it with the pistols. Fur had a great double kill. But now it's a double up setup for MiBR, and Fallen wants to get aggressive.
You feel like they could have had this 4 rounds ago if they had saved more, right? They've actually pushed it to the 30th round before they were able to pull this out.
Yeah, well, it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Look at these off angles.
Yeah.
Neither op are walking into it. Smoke gonna go up. Fallen wants to push, and he's gonna stay scoped. He doesn't want them to hear it when he scopes back in. He's got Russian Stico against the wall. He's looking for them to go deep. There it is. There's the find. Nice patience from Fallen. Slowly hunting his prey, and he's rewarded as now he falls back into the site.
I would be so mad if if that was me on the other side. I'd just be so mad. Fur took a bit of damage, actually, the random shots coming out from Golden there. But losing a man early on in the 30th round, we've fought all the way. You won 6 rounds in a row. A 7th would bring you overtime, and that might be all you need, but is it going to be quite enough here? Good counter grenades coming out. Golden takes down Fur. Tarek fighting to try and get a little bit of control right here. Standing out in the open for a long time as Fallen goes down. Golden with a double kill. It's looking much better. Deep grenade going to take care of Skadoodle by the forklift. A follow-up as well. If that had been Golden instead of Stico, he would have been out of the round. Boost in the back line, 3-on-3. If they see this boost, though, they definitely know where 2 out of 3 players are, and that's a lot of information to work with. Grenades going high. They haven't seen anyone yet. Stewie's right in front as Golden takes a 3rd kill, trying to bring it into overtime. Automatic as well, and it works. Stico with a kill on Cold Zero, and we're going to do it. Overtime, ladies and gentlemen, on the 2nd map.
That is an unreal comeback from Cloud9. So well played, and MiBR just couldn't close out any rounds. They had advantages a lot of times in some of those rounds. Never able to bring it home, and that can haunt them if they come back into it. Golden, of all people, to provide the opening, not just on Fur. He found the next one on the Fallen. Talk about some critical kills. Even with the 5-on-4, MiBR plays a retake and just simply can't hold on to this bomb site, and way too comfortable for them in the retake. And now we go away from all those money issues. We've got the, it's the 10K start money?
It is the 10K. I'll avoid the discussion about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. C9 loves overtime. Indeed they do. I think especially when they were about to be destroyed on the 2nd map. So getting overtime.
It did feel like it was going to be another blowout, didn't it?
It really did.
I'm impressed they were able to stop that. The boost Tarek can only get 1. Shock and awe for Cloud9. They've picked up the pace. And a surprising tactic to start out OT.
That is so ridiculous. He's just trying to close the door. He doesn't want to buy any of your cookies or anything like that. They just absolutely destroy him. Fur and Cold Zero, what do you do at this point in time? Just try and save it. Again, with 10K, you do need to save, especially the EWP. It is an investment.
Yeah, this is so costly. And if I'm Golden, I'm on the hunt. I'm saying, screw it. I'll try and chase him down. I'll see what I can get. Just go for something.
Yeah, you should be. I mean, there's absolutely no reason to let him walk away with it for free. You, on the other hand, can afford to lose the AK-47. When you win the round, it doesn't matter. So there is definitely a reason to do that. He is trying Golden. He's just not finding him, which is not his fault this time around. So 16-15, Cloud9 winning the 1st round of overtime. And that would make it 8 in a row now, if you count regulation. This is just... Excuse me, sir, would you like to talk about our Lord and Savior? Oh, God.
Then he gets hit with the hand of God anyways.
Absolutely smited. 16-15, and yeah, because they saved the 1-hop, they buy another one, and we're back at the double-up setup. So it makes sense to me, but again, if they lose this round, the 3rd round of overtime probably will be almost for free for Cloud9, because then they'll really be broke on the CT side.
Well, I mean, they're going to have a decision to make in this round, right? Like, if you're MiBR in a situation where it's like a 3-on-4 in a retake scenario, do you save so you can fight for that third round? You know, like,
yeah.
you don't want to give up an overtime round to begin with. So it's going to be a really tough call for them if they get to that situation. We'll see, though. I mean, they just have had nothing to really lean on. They've had no success on this defensive side in so long.
And I'm still confused because we've seen very few aggressive rounds. Fallen, where he snuck through the smoke, that was cool, and that really helped them out.
The pop flash for Tarek through the smoke as well.
The pop flash for Tarek, but they're sort of individual rounds, like 3 or 4 of them across, you know, the whole span of it. And they're in similar positions. There's so many other ways you can do this on Cash. There's no reason it has to be at A main only. I was saying 3 men through Squeak, but it could just be 1 or 2. Like, you can try it, and if they look the wrong way, then you get a kill and you run.
The problem with that now is you're an OT, right? You don't want to be risking that, especially in a situation where that third round of OT, if you lose this one, you're playing with just pistol, so you're definitely not going to risk it here.
Yeah.
And just in general, overtime, teams play a little bit safer. Here we go. Rush out mid. Wall of smokes to deny information. The bomb is waiting outside by Sunroom. Fallen is going to spot the information. You imagine he's going to rotate over to B-bomb site quickly. It's coldzera and Stewie on the hold. This time, both in the site. coldzera's got the op.
Oh wait, that one Molotov failed on the high ground. It didn't actually land. I think it would have landed right on coldzera. So that's a really big difference. They try and boost our way out, and certainly Stewie will have called that in on the radio, saying, "Hold on, they may actually be backing out." Bomb is making his way back, and look at where Fur is. He can maybe catch him. He must have heard Skadoodle running a little bit there. And Tarek on the other side. They're not reacting well to this right now, MiBR. I feel like they have the information. Fur going to get the kill on Golden, but that's not the bomb. And now Tarek trying to get back in a position. Almost got his face taken off by the truck. That would have been very dangerous if he had kept pushing it. And Fur holding main. This is an absolutely obscure round right now in MiBR. 4-on-4. They're regrouping back down the middle, leaving Fur to hold this part of the map. And he's probably confused about why no one's come here. Why has no one gone in main? People always do that.
It's because they know he's on the flank. He has the 1 kill, so they realize it. Tarek has blinded himself. This is tense. This is what I was talking about. It's almost a save situation, but you just can't give it up. Skadoodle with 1 on highway. Flicks up above to Tarek as well. And Fur's going to be forced away. It's going to be another round for Cloud9. And coldzera, yes, he might get away with the op, but he's going to stick around, go for more kills, and he's got that flick. It's so critical he saves this op. He can drop 1 weapon over to a teammate in the next round, and those will be the only 2 weapons they can fight with.
That was such a crazy round. It really looked like MiBR had the information, but they just couldn't find the right position.
It's a weird thing where, yeah, Stewie spots that they're boosting back out, but it turns into a mind game because they know he saw that as well. And I think MiBR was kind of rotating and gambling a little bit that if they were going to go to A, they'd run into Fur.
Yes.
Because he was pushed up in A main, but instead they fall back and go up highway, which is the only seam that's available to them considering Tarek was falling back past truck to go towards connector.
Yeah, I think you're right. But what a way to play that second round in overtime. Third round now, double AWP, C-set 75, 5-7, and an MP9, and very limited on the utility. So this is rough. 3 people without any head armor, and Fallen's still going to win the fight on automatic. Going aggressive through Squeak almost.
Yeah, that's why you're not an in-game leader.
That's one reason. There are a lot of other reasons.
You would have put 3 people there. Ooh, good trade. But again, I mean, you mentioned it, some of the aggression that we've seen from MiBR has been those individual plays, and there's another one where just no one there to spot for Fur. Surely desperate with pistols and an SMG, but he had no idea it was coming. coldzera has an op inside the B-bomb site and a Molotov. He's going to get tested again.
Yep, and the problem is they do have grenades on the Cloud9 side, so if this was just a free shot, if they had no grenades, sure, he could probably get 2, and then that would be enough for the afterplant, but this is going to be a little bit tricky, I think. Molotov to his one side, and if they land 1 good flashbang on him, they're going to be so close. I'm actually surprised again that he's got so much space to work with, and the Molotov has disappeared, so very sloppy effort of Cloud9. Once they put the grenade down, it's probably time to go. Steeko's going to be out of the round. Now it's a 3-on-4, and coldzera trying to reposition himself, going to win that fight against Skadoodle. That's a really big double, and the flick almost connecting with Golden, shooting him in the shoulder instead. He's down and out after Stewie picks up the kill, and now Rush, 1 versus 3, getting shot at the back, and Tarek will end him. So MiBR finally, after losing what? That's 10 rounds in a row if you count regulation, or like 9? Yeah, 9 rounds in a row.
9 or 10, yeah, somewhere around that. That's tough, and it's one where they have double ops and 2 pistols and an SMG, so it's not even the greatest of buys. Cloud9 did him a couple favors. I guess they didn't expect there to be a double op. They knew there'd be at least one, but you know, Automatic just kind of crouch peeks into falling in those A-halls and taking the B bomb site. It's led the way with someone crouch sliding into Coldzera's crosshairs with the op. So not exactly exerting all the pressure you'd like to on those players.
Yeah. They lost 7 in regulation and 2 in overtime. So yeah, that would be 9 rounds, and that's a long losing streak to go on. That doesn't happen that much.
No, I mean, it's just wild to think it all happened once they got to 15. You know, they were stuck on 15 for so long.
Now Cloud9 need 2 rounds to bring us to map number 3, or MiBR need 3 in a row with no. When they can do that, they got 10 rounds on their T side, so it's absolutely possible.
We got the double op setup coming out for the CTs again, although this time there's an amendment. Skadoodle and Automatic aren't buying kits. Automatic didn't buy head armor as well.
Well, you know they're not going to have SMGs, so I guess, in a sense, in most situations, it doesn't really matter. Automatic trying this, he did it last time. And Fallen gonna catch him. That smoke almost becomes a bit of an indication that something is up, you know. As soon as you see it, you think, okay, someone might be sneaking through. Oh, that's a problem. They have
blood splatter, yeah.
Yeah, the blood splatter. Unless you're like me and you obsessively spam hot clear decals when, or are clear decals when you
play?
Yeah, I do that.
All right, that is a bit weird. Bit weird.
I think at one point I had it bound to jump, so every time I jumped, it cleared the decal.
You're a loser. 3 players outside of the B-bomb site. Coldzera, Stewie, and Fallen. Fur and Tarek are waiting as well. Here we go. Stewie's going to enter in through the smoke. Stico waiting, and he's just going to burn. I guess Stewie just didn't realize the floor was lava.
Exactly right. He should have read that.
What is this aggressiveness from Stico? He seems so confused whether he wants to be aggressive or not.
Yeah, slightly schizophrenic in the corner, and he's just completely locked in. I don't know how he even lives through that first part of it. That's incredible. 3 on 4 though, and with 28 seconds and that Molotov again burning Skadoodle again, the float shot.
He didn't. He was so blind. This round is insanity. Great Molotov flashbang conversations. I mean, whatever it is, combinations, not conversations.
Maybe we need to update the flow chart to have, can you see that you're in the fire?
Yeah.
So that might be
add one more step.
Another branch in the flow chart, I feel like. Because obviously that was it. You don't want to stand inside of it. Rush is going to be going down. Does not get to save anything. And the score is tied up 17-17. I feel like people have taken an enormous amount of damage from Molotovs in this, across this best of 3.
Yeah,
maybe
probably.
I'm just making it up, but
I think we've just seen it a number of times recently, so you have that whole recency bias going on.
That could be. Is that a real thing?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
17-17, Anders. No double up setup this time. Skadoodle's got 1.
Cloud9, yeah, they've spent all of their money in this round.
I was going to say, probably trying to save as much money as possible. It doesn't matter. They're just sitting at like 300. So Rush is the only one at the A bomb site, and it feels like this is going to be a contact play. Fallen in A main with a pop flash. I think they're just going to come right through this. Yeah, Stewie's got his back turn. He's gotten over to Forklift. Rush saw it. He's got teammates coming over, but one's already dead. That's Fur down, or Fur to get the first kill, and now they need to back away. Cloud9 need to save these weapons. They need whatever they can to fight with, and Skadoodle is even burning more fire damage for your bias. Build it up, baby, but...
So eventually it's not bias mode.
It's just reality.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're playing in overtime, especially considering the route that they had to get to take to actually get into overtime, it's so disappointing you play around like this where you get no say in it, right? It's just done in like a couple of seconds. And you're like, oh, guess we back off.
I mean, they had a say. You know, maybe you just shouldn't get your head banged off.
Yeah, that's your advice?
That's the advice. Maybe have a flowchart. If you make a 9-round comeback to force overtime, don't get your head banged off.
All right. Is there ever a reasonable time to do that, though? Is there a time when it's acceptable? If you're in the lead, you can do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're just proving a point. If you need to die before time runs out.
Listen, I feel like your flowcharts are going to be... I don't think
it needs polishing.
Okay, we'll work on it.
So MiBR is at least ensured double OT. Playing for the win, and they have the advantage. They have an AWP to go up against on Skadoodle, the M4 that was saved. 2 CZs, I think Rush is going to have an SMG, and then a Deagle.
It's definitely something.
All 10 players have over 20 kills, really.
That is, no, it's not quite true, is it?
No, it's not.
Did you just make that up?
I saw it on the screen, so I just apparently threw production under the bus.
Maybe you misread it.
Maybe I did. I might have done that as well.
Oh, trying again. This is what Fallen did, and he made it work. Skadoodle almost just lost his life doing it. It looks like he actually wants to catch him, but he does stay around on his side of the map. That could have been... I don't know. If Skadoodle goes down like that with the 1 AWP they have, that's heartbreaking.
Well, they didn't want to disappoint you without ever being aggressive.
No, I'm glad. I still encourage them to do that, but...
So 1 player indoors, Stewie making noise. Pop flash in, Rush with the peek, and Stewie read that. He saw that coming. He was ready for the flashbang. He was ready for the door to open. 5 on 4. AWP still on the board in Skadoodle's hands. He's just a turret in mid at the moment, watching for anyone to come out the main choke point. coldzera is going to be boosted up, so Skadoodle's going to get some action his way. You almost feel like he's going to have to fight for it if they do come out. He needs to get some kills for his teammate. He's got one of the weapons that's going to dictate whether Cloud9 fail in this comeback in a heartbreaking fashion.
You almost feel like with the weaponry, that's exactly what's about to happen. 30 seconds. They are all grouped up on this side, except for Stiko, but they've got a good stack of people on this side. Let's see what can happen. C-set 75. Skadoodle going to pick up the kill on Tarek. That's a good beginning, and Golden to follow up, but they're still losing players, and Golden getting shot in the back by Fur. 3 versus 1. They could have put up a defense, but in the end, they just did not have the weapons to take that long of a fight, and Stiko very much exposed in the middle. They know where he's coming from. They've got it all lined up. So for all the effort that was put in here to it by Cloud9 to get into overtime, they're just a little while away. It might still have been just a bit too much. MiBR looking very good here in maybe the final round. Stiko up on the high ground. He's really trying to take this fight, but Fur will take him out of the sky. And that will be 19-17, and MiBR make it through after a scary map 2.
Well, when you need a round to close out this map, you call the number of the 2-year-in-a-row best player in the world, coldzera. All that set up towards the A bomb site. Tarek swings out wide, gets taken out. All the bait for coldzera to be in the perfect position for a couple of backstabs that open the whole thing up. Really cool second map, a nice series win. MiBR talked about how important that was to them earlier, obviously winning the grudge match.